Good evening, everybody, and Godox family. Welcome to our third episode of Fstop Live, a show that we've put together from Godox SA and myself, so that we can obviously spend time getting to know the different photographers, videographers, and creatives that you find in the South African landscape. So today I've got an awesome guest. He's actually a really good friend. He's mentored me at times. He's been of great assistance to me in my photography. And he hails all the way from Johannesburg. And I'm going to give you a chance to get to know him so you can obviously see the man behind Dinepe Photography. So introducing to you, Kenlin Dinepe. Kenlin, how are you doing?
Sherwin, how are you and your viewers? Good evening, viewers, everybody. Good evening. Yeah, what can I say?
So,
My name is
so we
Kenlin
finally
Sanderson.
got you live, eh? We finally got you live.
Yeah, no, thank you so much, Sherwin. Thank you, Godox. Thank you, Sherwin, for the opportunity. I highly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yes, where was
I
I?
think it's I think it's absolutely awesome finally getting you to be on the live stream, and most importantly to be able to interview you and to get the audience in SA and the people who follow Godox SA to be able to know who you are and to see what you do.
Thank you so much.
No, that's awesome. So tell me, how was your day?
Uh, editing, editing, editing. Had a break, slept a bit, and yeah, run few errands, and now I'm talking to you.
So, in case the viewers don't know, Kenlin Dinepe is a wedding photographer. It's what you specialize. He specializes at wedding photography. He's an amazing portrait photographer. He's the type of photographer that wants to go and do all of these fancy thing with jowls and stuff like that. So you're gonna get to see some of the pictures that we have of Kenlin showing. But what you may not know, in fact, is Kenlin is actually a full-time photographer. So if you have any questions, if any of the guests would like to know what it's like for to be a full-time photographer, Kenlin is the perfect person to answer those questions. But Kenlin, before we get into further things, I just want to obviously let you know that this is not a soccer chat, okay? So we're not going
Yes.
to be speaking about football today, all right?
Ah,
We're not speaking about football. We're not going to mention 7 reasons to celebrate this week or anything of that such. We're not going to do that. That's not what this live is about. This live is all about you, okay?
no problem.
So tell me, Kenan, when did you start photography for the viewers who would like to know?
Sure. Shawan, to be honest, I think it's 15 years ago.
Hmm. And
15
how
years
did
ago. And to be honest with you, what you see today, it's been a long journey, Shawan. Um,
hmm,
yeah, it has been a long journey, learning and still learning.
hmm,
What you see today and what you guys are gonna see today is things that I've learned along the way and
hmm.
still learning. Uh, Photography is something that you learn every single day, and I'm still learning. Uh, yeah, the products that you guys are gonna see is things that I've learned along the way. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and feel free to ask questions, guys.
So who are the viewers? Who are the viewers that are watching? If you can just drop us maybe a comment, let us know who you are. Let us know where you're watching us from, so we can see you in the comments. We'll give you a shout out as soon as you drop your name there. So while we continue, so you say for 15 years you've been in
Yeah.
photography, eh? Yeah. And what did you start off photographing? How did it start
I started with a cell phone.
off? Are you serious?
I
I'm trying to
I'm
think.
telling
15
you,
years ago, what phone were you
I
using?
started I started with a cell phone with a
Mhm.
Samsung D500. You remember those cell phones?
Yes, I
Those
remember the
flip
D5.
cell phones, and
Yes,
it has that attachable speaker. So
yes.
I started taking pictures like that, and then I started printing it and give it to friends.
Mm,
And then gradually the passion started growing. And one of my friends, one of my good friends, he had a small little digital camera, very small digital camera, and I bought it from him. And the rest is history, Sean.
And now look at you, eh? Now look at you. One of the best wedding photographers in SA. Yes, sis. Top 10. Yes, sis. No, but we're proud of your work. We've seen your work. We've seen obviously the way you work, your ethics, and the quality of your images already are astronomical. Of which obviously the guests are going to be able to, yeah, the viewers will get a chance to see those images shortly. But your work, as I said, it's something that I've looked at for years now. I've loved watching or looking at your images, and I know
Thank you so much.
whenever I've asked you for advice, you're always there to tell me, hey, this is how you shot it, and that's how you shot it, and this is the lighting that you use. And just for the viewers out there as well, so they know that Kenlin shoots Godox. That's his lighting. That's your lighting, right? It shoots
Can't go wrong
Godox.
with Godox, guys.
Can't go wrong with Godox. Pretty much the best brand of lighting on our market. As far as quality and affordability goes, it doesn't get any better than Godox SA.
Bro,
But Kevin, you were saying that you started off with a D500. My word, that's a long time ago, eh? That's
long
a
time.
long time. That's a long time ago. What are you currently
Very long.
shooting with now? What are you currently shooting
Uh,
with now?
Currently now, I'm shooting mirrorless at this moment. Uh, I'm shooting with the EOS R
Hmm.
at this moment. Um loving, I'm loving the mirrorless system.
Hmm.
It's very easy, very convenient. Uh, yeah, just loving the technology, uh, from where things come from, and from where it's going, how it is evolving into, and I'm just loving it.
Just a
Yeah.
quick shout out quickly. Just if you've got Samantha and Anva Abrams that's watching, you can give them a shout out there from the Western Cape. We've got Sean.
Yeah,
We've got
no,
Sean.
it's a good
See here.
buddy of mine.
He's also watching us. He's watching from El Dorado Park. Hey, how are you doing, Sean?
Sean.
Nice to see
You
you. We've
know,
got Carl.
Sean is a really good friend of mine, and Sean taught me something that I will stick with it for the rest of my life. Uh, Sean, you said one day, you said to me, invest into your craft.
Hey, that's definitely the truth, eh? That's 100%. I
And
must agree.
and he always said it to me
Mm.
when I'm with him. Invest into your craft. Invest in the craft. And
That's
I
definitely knowledge
and
that people need to get out there. Eh?
yeah,
I think
that's it.
I would
And
say definitely
he kept
apart.
he kept saying it to me, and eventually the light went on. And when I see
It clear.
now, I'm like, this is what he was talking about.
No, of course. I think exactly. Sean was definitely 100% correct there, and this is also something that I found with myself. There was a time in my photography where I was flopping around and using this type of lighting. I was flopping around and using different camera systems that just wasn't working for me. Finally, I
Yeah.
managed to obviously get into the gear that I liked, and once I saw that I liked it, I was quick to invest, and it was something that it's especially if you're not going to go and just get finance behind you, and if you're obviously building up by yourself, of which many of the photographers that are watching now are obviously facing the same thing. Put the money together and invest in your craft. You can invest in the gear that you're using. You can invest in the
So true.
knowledge behind the gear. You need to obviously invest time to
I'm telling
learn
you.
how to use the camera gear that you have, time to learn how to edit and how to apply the
Yes,
best
yes.
processes behind those images and behind the service that you would like to have. And I would say, even as far as to investing time, money into business acumen and understanding what the business side of photography is. So
You
I
are so
agree.
right, Sherwin.
That's a hundred
You are
percent.
so right.
100%. Doesn't get any better than that.
Another another thing is very crucial also is to learn from other photographers. For me, look, Shawan, for me, what you see is a combination of every photographer that I have engaged.
Mm. No, that's true.
Whether South Africa, most of them are South Africans and a
Mm,
few abroad.
mm,
Just to mention two that that always gave me advice,
mm,
always was Trompie van der Berg.
mm. I'm just going to say quickly, Godox SA brand ambassador, or he was previously under the squad here. Trumpy, yes, what a legend.
I'm telling you, Trompie, if you ask Trompie a question, Trompie asks you. He will answer you,
Answer you, yes.
and big ups to Trompie. Uh, and then there's another one, a female photographer. Her name is Daryl. Darren
Mm,
or Daryl. She's a super talent photographer from South Africa.
mm.
So yeah, and then I learn for the likes with the wide angle shots. I learn from my favorite photographer, Christian Diaz. So so
No,
yeah.
we're gonna get to your wide angle photography shortly. We're gonna get to it. Find it very fascinating that you would even challenge yourself to enter those realms. Wide angle at those I think it's crazy. But tell me, apart from obviously you've been in the industry for 15 years plus, and you've spent so much of time with the different creatives and stuff. From then and from now, what's the what's the main thing you'd like to see change in the industry, the photography industry? What would you like to see being changed?
Sure. Um, there's so much things that needs to change, Shawan. One of the things that I can just touch on is that people must pay the photographer right.
Mm,
That really needs to change. People think nothing of us as photographers. They think we are people with cell phones that just takes a picture
mm,
and think it's just like that. And the mindset needs to change.
mm,
Not in the industry because the industry knows. It's just with the people that we deal with.
mm.
The mindset needs to change towards us. And
Yeah.
yeah, if people just know what it what it goes what goes into creating an image,
Yeah.
people will run away.
I think that's also something that I definitely agree with. As far as I think, as far as creatives, people think that it's so much easier to be able to create the kind of or to do the kind of service that we provide. And when it's actually not the
Yeah,
truth. It's actually far from the truth. Like
far from
for
the
example,
truth.
I've just got two sets of lighting there behind me, if you can see. The reason why just to tell the viewers why I put these two sets of lighting up quickly is Kenlin actually owns two of these. Right, that's the 8200. He's got two of those, and he's actually got one of this. He's got the 8600 BM. These two lights actually he loves the most. By the way, he really loves these lights. Almost everything that shoots is either with two of the 8200s or with his 8600. So just for the people to understand also that these lights, they do have a certain value to them, and it costs money. And for us to be able to operate as creatives, we need money in order to be able to purchase the kind of equipment that we need to be able to finish the work that is required of us. How is it
So
then
true.
that you undervalue us when we invest hundreds of thousands of rands into the craft that we do, and hundreds of hours being
Yep.
able to learn to do what we do in the time that we do it in, and yet they undervalue us.
Yeah, no. But yeah, now people will come right, Sean.
While we got a chance, all right, and we've got a good viewership over here. If there's any of the viewers that would like to ask Kenlin a question, please drop it in the comments, and we will get to it. But what I'd like to do is I'd like to just throw up some of the images that Kenlin has. Just give me a second, okay? Yes, I'd like to actually throw this up quickly. All right, Kenlin, look at this. You want to get us give us an understanding of this lighting.
Mm-hmm.
What were you doing? What were you thinking? What was your thought processes behind this before
Yeah.
you shot it?
Um, so this was a wedding. It was a wedding in Drakensberg somewhere. And I love to experiment with gels. So yeah, so I just took a blue gel,
Okay.
not just any gel, a magmod gel
Oh,
with a max sphere.
oh. So you just put that on what light? What light did you use this on?
I used 18200 with a
Sure.
blue gel and a max sphere. And
Hmm.
I told the couple to hold it at the back of them, facing the door. And yeah,
Hmm.
shot
What
it
a stunning what a stunning
and
shot.
just balances it nicely. Let there's no flare and all of those. Yeah, fixed it up in post, and there's your
What lens
image.
what lens was the shot at?
I shot this with a 50 RF,
On the 50 millimeter.
a
Beautiful
50
lens.
mil RF. That lens is razor sharp, especially for night portraits.
No, nice. And what aperture was the shot at?
Uh, Let me just see for you. Just give me
Because
a few minutes.
if I'm looking here, I can actually see the detail of the writing there. It's quite nice.
Yeah,
Like even some of the detail that's in the logo here, you can still see. And although the main obviously the main point of the picture is the silhouette that you're getting, which is absolutely
yeah.
stunning.
So this image I shot this with a 14 mil. In actual fact, correcting. Let me just correct myself. I shot it with a 14 mil,
Okay.
uh, 2.8,
Hmm.
200 shutter, 100 ISO.
This is absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. There's a few images that I want to really get to over here, so I'm gonna hurry along a little. But I like the viewers to also ask any questions if they'd like regarding the images. This one,
Sure.
how
Yeah,
did you
no.
like it?
Uh, I used a CTO gel, a clear one. I think it's a half CTO, if I'm correct. Uh, I was on a 70 to 200, and my assistant was backlighting with an 8200 at the back
Hmm.
with a max sphere.
Yes.
Uh, basic basic stuff. 200 shutter, 2.8
Hmm.
ISO 400.
Yes, yes. This is stunning, eh? Absolutely stunning. I like how, if you can see the lighting in the hair is actually, this is
Yes.
stunning. This is absolutely stunning. Yo, what time was this shot at?
This
Any
was at
idea?
night, Sherwin. Uh, yeah, it was at night,
Yeah.
roughly past past 8, past 9.
Hmm.
It was
Oh,
dark.
this is lovely. So did you not have issues with the focusing when you were trying to get the shot? How did you
No, sir.
focus?
No, I
Did you
didn't
use
have
light?
issues. One light,
No.
18200 from the back,
Yeah.
and shooting from the back of them, lighting them up.
No, this is lovely. Eh? Wow. Well done. Well done on this. Yes, yes.
Thank you, sir.
Oh my word! Look at the creamy bokeh. Yeah. My word.
Yes.
Yes. What did you shoot? What was your settings there?
All right. Um, I went for shade. As you can see, she was in the shade. You don't
Yeah.
see there's a lot of sun on her. So I took her to the shade. I was shooting with a 135, 1.8 Sigma, and I had two 8200s.
Mm. Yeah. The 28200s, eh?
200, 200 I had two 8200s stacked together.
On the ADB
My
too.
shutter was 320 on
Yes.
1.8. I saw 100.
Sure. This is beautiful. Look at this. Look at the texture. Yes, yes. Stunning. And the colors. I think the colors,
Yeah.
with the back as well, you're getting the yellows to
Yes.
green while you've got the blue to gold and yellows. This is absolutely
Yes.
stunning. Absolutely stunning. Well done there. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
You've
Sure.
always been a fan of dramatic skies, eh? You love
Yes.
dramatic skies. If it's not dramatic, Kenlin doesn't want to take a picture of it.
Yeah, no. Yes. You know what happened here was it started raining, and we waited until the rain stopped a bit, and then we said no. Now it's a good time to shoot because I saw the sky, and I was like, this is a good time. We're not gonna get another opportunity to create something like this. So they were
Yes.
keen. We went. I lit this image with an 8600 BM, probably on full power. I was on full power with a QR 90.
Yeah.
Yeah, QR 90. Uh, yeah, I shot this with a with a 14 mil. Uh,
Hmm.
my f-stop was 7.1.
Sure. Sure. Just to
My
bring in
shutter was
all of
250. My
to bring
shutter
in
was
all of
250, and
yeah.
my ISO was 200.
No, this is an absolutely stunning shot, eh? And this is something that I'd also like the viewers and the guests to understand. Kenlin, obviously, you've been a wedding photographer, and you can advise the people as well. You're mostly, you'd find yourself in situations where maybe the weather is not too good, and in layman's terms, you would say you'd have to make a plan.
Yeah,
So you get to become a bit of a weather watcher where you have to obviously say, hey, wait, is the weather is it looking good? Maybe there's a
yeah,
chance that
no,
go out and get a picture
yeah,
quickly
no.
because
The weather, the weather channel becomes your friend. So you already see way ahead what is the weather gonna look like on that day when you're shooting a wedding. So then you prepare yourself already. You equip yourself already. Come with an umbrella.
hmm,
Not
we've got
any small umbrella. come with a big umbrella.
The
Those
big
beach
umbrella.
ones. Those beach ones. So that your
Those
gear don't get wet.
Yeah, no, we've got a good question here by Samantha and Anva. Let's put it up, okay? It says, with your night portraits, what inspires you to do creative or to be creative to create those images?
Sure.
What's this planning behind you? What is your process in planning those images? And where do you get your
Um,
inspiration?
nothing hectic in with regards to planning. Um,
Oh,
I just tell my client, look, let's just get some night shots because sometimes normally couples don't get night shots at night because it's reception time and
yes.
the program and all of those things. So some of those shots that you see with the gels and all of those things, that's when people just finish the or are just about to start supper time, and I just pull them quickly away, either before supper or after supper, before
Okay.
their program commences, and then I will just pull them aside, take them to a spot where there's a solid wall, because obviously I need to color with the gel to bounce it off from a solid wall or a
Okay.
solid background in
Yeah.
order for me to create what I need to create with the gels. And sometimes I don't use gels, then I use just bare flash as well.
Air
Uh,
flash, yes.
yeah, just to rum them nicely
Okay.
and yeah, just to light up the image nicely, man.
What
That's
if I may ask quickly, what is your go-to setup for wedding photography? What light would you like? If just say for example now you have to rush out, right? You literally got a few seconds before you need to be at the location and you need to shoot. What's the light that you're gonna grab?
look, I grab all the lights. That's one
You
thing
have
I will not leave
one.
behind.
No, you have to choose
Just
one.
one.
Just for
Just
some
one is
reason,
my
you have to only choose one. What you gonna take?
one. I will take my 8600 BM.
Why the 8600 BM?
Power is very important.
Yeah,
Power.
power powers everything.
Power is everything.
No,
If
I
you
think
if you control, if you have so much power and you can control it, ah man,
hmm,
it's something else. Power.
8600, 8600.
And it gives you the power that you need to light up an image.
I think
8600 BM.
yes.
And it and it's and its recycle time is also quick.
I think with obviously the time that I've spent on the 8200 and the portability of it and how easy it is to be able to set up, and when you get on location and
Yeah,
you've got this power packed item. It's 200 watts in a small look at this over here. In a small compact size such as that. I
yeah,
really I do like the 8200, especially like when I'm doing weddings and stuff. When I'm doing the
yeah,
reception, that I have that. I think with my 8600, I'm very picky when I want to use it. Like, for example, like if I'm shooting, the bridal shoot, if I'm doing the creative shoot, I like
yeah,
to take my 8600. If I'm gonna do obviously my fashion photography, and if I'm gonna be shooting like in bright sunlight, and if I'm gonna be doing like a sunrise or
look,
sunset and stuff, that's when I want
look,
to take
it
this baby.
depends.
That's when I want to
It
take this
depends.
baby.
It depends on what is the occasion. You know.
Of course.
Um, yeah. If I'm running and gunning and it's not a wedding, I'm having my 8200s with me.
Mm.
Straight 8200s. Um, yeah, but if it's more important, I carry an 8600 PM with me. or
8600.
all the lights,
I've got a
or
good
all of
question
them?
over here. I know we're always carrying all our lights. In fact, if you have to go and see my booth, you'll find all my lights. Every single one that's all there.
All of them.
I'm just going to head over to Tyron. Tyron Noble actually just dropped a good question here, and I think you are well equipped to answer this question. It says, lately I have no idea why. I've just been struggling to capture my skies nicely. Any advice to make the sky pop while shooting
Sure,
off camera?
sure,
You've got,
no
I know
problem.
you've got the advice for this. I know you've got the advice for this. Okay, go
So
ahead.
what you do is,
Tell him it's not f2.8. Tell him it's not f2.8. Tell him.
um, so look, you need to expose for the sky. Most important, where there's no subject, you expose for the sky first, especially if you're gonna do it off camera. Your lights needs to be off first. You need to expose for the sky first. Then you put your subject. So when you put your subject in, your subject will be silhouetted, and that's where you
Yes,
put the light on,
yes.
and that's where you expose everything perfectly. So
So
you
what
don't
you say?
expose. So you don't expose for the subject. You expose for your background. You expose
Yes,
with your sky. You expose for that. So you expose to find the right one. So if you're shooting at 2.8, you will blow out your background,
yes.
your sky. You will blow it. So with your f stops, you
Mm.
go down. You go down from 2.8. You go f4, 5.6, 3.6, 7.1, f8. Then you get the ideal sky for you. If there's a sky, if you can
Yes,
see the sky with your naked eye,
yes,
you have to expose it in your camera correctly.
yes, yes. That's correct. No,
So
I think, and
so that's what I
this
do.
is this is something that I actually learned from you. I think prior to obviously spending my time with you, I've always been that guy that wants to shoot at as wide open as I can. If I can get it to f2.8 and maybe lower f1.4, f1.2, I'm happy. And in spending time with you, I remember you told me, "Hey, Sherwin, go f8," and I was like, "What? Is this man serious? I'm gonna shoot f8." Shoot F8. I'm like, bro, are you serious? F8. It's like, yes, shoot F8 and bring in some power. So I tried
Yeah,
it and whoa, it changed quite a bit, eh? It changed quite a bit since then. And
yeah,
I've
no.
got some of your pictures over here that I want to obviously show them. Just give me a second. I'm gonna go into it. Just a second, all right? I'm gonna show them what you create, doing what you do. Look at this. This is a stunning one, eh? But I want to. Oh, this is nice. I'm gonna come back to this quickly, all right? While we're just discussing something, I want to come. Look at this. Look at this. How was this?
Yeah, no. Coco. Life.
So tell us more about this image. Where did you take this
Yeah.
picture?
I took this picture in Durban,
Durban, eh?
when we went with the invasion to Durban. So we went to go invade Durban.
You
And
invaded Durban. You invaded
yes,
Durban.
yeah, we invaded Durban for that weekend, and Coco was a model. So that morning, I remember it was early morning. I still remember. Oh, it was early. It was about to 8 in the morning, and then we started shooting. I'll never forget. I had a 95 centimeter
Yeah.
softbox, and I had my 280-200s. And that time I was still shooting DSLR. I was shooting with the 6D.
Yes, yes, I remember.
And then I had the 14 mil on me, and then I exposed for the sky first, and then Coco came in, and
Mm.
then I I shot to expose her. So everything balanced nicely out. Uh, my settings there was 6.3,
Mm. Look at that,
100
huh?
ISO,
Yes.
200 shutter.
This was a stunning shot. I remember this, and actually, this was something that obviously really challenged me as well because if I remember, you shot this on a 14 millimeter.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
14 millimeter on a 6D. That's really really wide, and especially to get a subject that close to you while you're shooting, obviously at that kind of focal length.
Focal
Uh,
length.
if it's not done correctly, and I remember telling you that day, if it's not done correctly, you can distort the subject in a terrible way. It actually looks quite uh, bad if you do that.
Yes,
However,
yes,
on your image, and this is something that stunned me that day as well, you managed to put her in a position where she was still perfect. She was still good, and this was
yeah.
absolutely
You
stunning.
see,
Absolutely,
with DSLR, you need to shoot straight.
yes.
If I had to move my points to the left or to the right,
Would have been
distortion was
out.
gonna take distortion was
Yeah.
gonna take place.
Yes. There's actually a few more I'm actually going to go into quickly. Obviously of your wide angle shots because I think people really need to see this. And here's it here. I'm actually going to put it up. Look at this one. Tell me more about this shot.
Yeah. So I did this shot in Dubai.
Which device is this, bro?
People call this area Dubai.
Yes.
Um, it's in Reiger Park. I shot this
Yes.
image in Reiger Park. It's called the
Hmm.
Dooms.
The
Uh,
dunes.
mining dumps there.
Okay.
And the client wanted pictures, and we went. I
Hmm.
shot with 28200s here, guys.
280, 200.
28200s. I was on f11.
Hmm. And you had enough power.
I shot at full power. It gave me the
Yes.
full 400 watt.
That you needed.
Yep.
The dooms, yeah? Titan's asking me if Titan's asking me if I know the doom. What's the dooms? So guys, I'm actually planning a trip to come to Johannesburg, and I want to spend some time with my brothers out there, and that includes Tyrone Noble. It includes you, Kenlin. There are a few other of my good friends that I want to come and spend some time with. So when I do get there, I'd like for obviously you to show me what the dooms, the dooms.
Yeah. Uh, I'm trying to get the proper word for it now.
Isn't it a dune? A dune, right? Dune. Dune.
Yeah, it's where they do mining and all of those things. So we weren't deep in. We were just here on the outskirts doing our thing. And yeah,
I just want to put this up quickly with what Charles says of here. All right. This can't be recreated with an iPhone.
I tell you, I tell you. Oh my word.
On by Titan. Okay, so I think Titan, what you need to be able to put this on a low aperture, you need high shutter speed, HSS, and if anything, HSS is quite taxing on the light. So
Very,
if you shoot
very.
high speed, sync, of which I've done thoroughly. If you're shooting high speed sync, like 1/8, like in a situation like this with that type of lighting, you need nothing less than 1/6000. I would say 1/6000. And if you're
Yeah,
shooting
but
one
it,
of
it gave me.
you
So
you need quite
with this,
power.
I had to tilt the light slightly towards her.
Yes.
Um, yeah, just tilt it slightly. Uh, my light was, if I can use clock watch terms, uh, it was 22.
Okay.
22.
Okay. So that's the
So
angle.
that's how
Angle
that's how
at.
that's how that's how I place my light. So my
Okay.
subject is in the center, then I use it like a clock. So
Okay.
22.
Okay. This is stunning. So the light obviously is coming in on the right hand side of her, or your right hand.
From
Sorry, your right hand side, her left hand side.
yes,
It's
left.
absolutely stunning. I'm gonna take that off real quickly. Yeah. So you were saying your 8600 is your favorite. Yeah, I understand why.
Yeah, no,
I really.
it gives me power, man. I don't struggle to light up a subject, and yeah, light is life, man.
I think if anything, as a photographer, if one can understand and master light, that's I would say that's like 60% of the battle that's won.
It's one, yeah.
Just by 60% of, so if you just understand, sorry, if you just understand light, that's most of the battle that's won. I'd like to just throw something up quickly. What was your thought processes behind this image? So you probably just wanted
Oh,
to get a nice shot of the ring, right?
yeah, yeah. I went for detail shot. I shot this with a macro lens.
Hmm.
It was a 70 macro, and yeah, I think my shutter was on
200,
200,
200.
and I had a flash on board. Like I had my V8 62 facing to the roof, very
Yes.
low in power, very low in power. My shutter was 200 and my f-stop was 250,
Hmm.
and I shot it with
Look
a
at it.
60
So what you did over here, you actually bounced light off the ceiling
of the
to get
ceiling.
that shot. So
Yes, sir.
you had the flash on your camera, and you bounced the light off the ceiling, and that's the shot that you got.
Yes, yes. My
Stunning.
assistant kept the flower. We put the ring in. He just lowered it like waist high from him, and I from top down.
Yo, this is stunning. So, how long have you been in wedding photography, if I may ask? How long have you been doing wedding photography?
Sure. I think from from the beginning, Sean.
From
Um,
the beginning.
yeah,
I know you've
trial,
done.
trial.
I think you've done every wedding. I think you've done every wedding type. Have you done a Jewish wedding?
Yes, I did do one.
Wow!
Yes, I did.
Wow! Stunning.
There where they broke the plates.
No, yes, yes, definitely. When they break the plates, yes, that
They
is
break the
beautiful.
plates. Yes, I did do a Jewish wedding. It was very nice.
No, so
Very nice.
if I may ask, why
Yes.
Godox? Why did you choose Godox?
Why
From all of
Godox?
the all the
Godox is very
brands,
reliable.
eh,
I think for now, uh, the reason why also I use Godox reaches the gap.
hmm,
They reach the gap of affordability.
yes.
I think that sums up everything. They reach the gap of affordability.
So what you're saying is that to get that kind of quality at that affordability is just something that you can't overlook. I think because that's how I feel. That's how I feel about Godox.
I'm telling you, I feel exactly the same way. Um, their products are affordable. Honestly,
Hmm.
they really affordable, and they are also good investments, especially if you
Oh,
are in the craft.
yes.
Yeah, they very affordable, and they it's good investments. I mean, I have invested, and it pays off. it pays off, especially if you invest into the Godox system. I mean, with one trigger, I can connect 6 lights with one trigger.
Wow.
I can connect my flash. I can connect my 8200. I can connect my 8600 BM. I can connect a flash. I can connect. I can connect everything
Would one trigger.
with one trigger. You don't
I
have to
think what really
stack triggers. You don't have to stack triggers
the
like
stack triggers.
before. We had to back in the day. We had to stack triggers and receivers on flashes and all. And now life has become so easy where one thing fires everything.
I've just got Ryan Barrett that just popped in and he dropped us a comment also. The wireless transmission system is amazing. And I have to agree
It's
with that.
amazing. I agree.
Absolutely amazing.
100%.
I think with the 2.5 hertz with the 2.5 hertz X trigger system that you have, and the fact that they are able to all communicate with one another, and obviously it's able to give you responsive timing. So, like in my case, I would say, when I go to obviously an event, I'm using my 8200. When I'm shooting obviously on location, I'm using my 8600. At an event like your reception, so what I'll do is I'll set up more than one 8200. I used to use a few V1s as well, and I'd set it up within the location. And what I'd do is with just my V1 that's on my camera, I'm able to control all of the lights
Yes. Yes, you can do that as well.
just using
I've
my
seen that by
V1.
you. I've seen that by you when we were on location. Then you never had a trigger. And then
Yeah.
you controlled other lights with that other small flash. Well, I cannot.
Yes.
Was it?
Yes.
Was it
What I had at the
a
I think
V
it was
three
the
fifty?
V350. I had the V350. Yes.
Yes. And I was wondering, like, sure, you must doing things now, man.
So like when I'm doing a shoot, okay, like if I'm doing a fashion shoot, then you'll see me with my trigger. My trigger will be on my camera. I'd set up obviously various lights and stuff like that, and I'm able to do the shoot just using my trigger. The trigger is able to control the V1. It's able to control the 8200. It's able to control the 8600, and numerous other lights. And then when I get to, for example, when I get to like your wedding reception or your wedding ceremony, and if I'm setting up numerous a few lights, like 2 to 3 lights, so I'll
Mhm.
have my V1 on it, and I'm able to control those same lights that are out there. And within a flick of a button, I can control power, responsive. Remember responsive, eh? So I can actually see what light power is on each of those strobes, and I can control it
I'm
in
telling you.
increments. I can control it in increments using my V1, even using the V860, using the TT 630, using those flashes, you can control all of the lights. As long as it's on the Godox X system, you're able to control those lights, and that's when I use my flash a lot. That's my flash
Yeah.
is used for weddings, it's used for receptions, it's used for events, and that's the flash that obviously controls all of my lights. So I'm really enjoying the system. It's so fluid, it's so easy to set up, and
Very easy.
once you've got the hang of it, you can take on any lighting situation that you find yourself in. So that's
I'm
why I
telling you.
chose it. And to get that at the price that we're getting it at, whoa, my word, oh my word, that's just. If there's any questions that you guys would like to ask Kenlin, don't be afraid to ask him. You can just drop him a comment quickly. I'm gonna actually put up a picture quickly. All right. There's also another one that I'd like to find out. Look at this. Tell me more about this picture. What did you
Ah,
use?
this was a recent wedding. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, no. This this venue was stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. This was on the driveway coming into the venue. when I saw the trees, I saw the leading lines. I was like, wow, I need to
And
I need to bring them here.
that's just it. Because so if you see you got your couple here, dead here in the center, right?
Yeah.
You've got the secondary leading lines, which is the tree, the tree top. All right, you've got the top of the tree coming down here, and then the major leading line is obviously coming in from the road on both sides.
Yes,
So
yes,
no matter what a person does, subconsciously they will be brought right back down to the couple who is dead center here.
correct,
Stunning, absolutely stunning. And that's
correct,
composition. That's understanding composition and how to
correct.
use the rules of composition to get quality like this. This is stunning. Absolutely
Yeah,
stunning.
yeah. No, this was
Wow.
a beautiful, beautiful wedding. It was a beautiful day as well. Uh, I used an 8600 BM with a QR 90. Yeah, that's it. My shutter was 1,000. I was on 1.8.
Mm.
I used the 135 Sigma art for the shot. It was just something magic.
I've got a question here about Charles. He would like to know what's your process when you have a pine ceiling, or you get those wooden ceilings, pine or wooden.
Yes,
What
yes,
do you do in
yes,
that case?
yes. Uh, yeah, you need to change your Kelvin because when you shoot, it's very warm.
Yes,
It's very warm. The skin tone, everything will be warm, warm.
yes.
So there's quite a few ways on how you can combat that. It's either you can shoot natural light, or if the wall is white and the ceiling is that color, you bounce off from the wall. And also you play around with your Kelvin to get the ideal color, just to
Mm.
remove that warm brownish color from the ceiling.
Okay.
So that's what I do, especially when there's a lot of orange, brown, all of these things. So there's where your your color theory comes in now. So now you need to balance colors out, you know. If it's too, like there was one function I did, there was a spotlight that was very yellow. So it lit
Yes.
up everything in that color. So what I did, I used my Kelvin. I dropped my Kelvin. So if you
Okay.
know your color
You
theories,
cool it down. You cooled it down a little.
yes, I dropped my Kelvin to balance the light correctly with that. So yeah. So what you can do, Charles, you can try your Kelvin, or if the wall is white. Also, alternative, I saw this from Warren
Mm.
a few years back, uh,
Yes.
where everything fails and you can't bounce, you bounce it in a glass.
Oh.
So you take a glass, you bounce it on your flesh in a
Mm.
glass. And
And you're
also,
right.
what I saw from another friend of mine, uh,
Mm.
you take a paper towel,
Ah, another paper towel. Another paper towel trick. I've done that. I've done the
or a
paper
white
towel.
towel, or a white towel.
At a wedding you get the napkin that they use. It's a white.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's folded over and it's left on the table. I use those quickly. Just take it and put it in the
yeah,
light. Yeah,
yeah.
but that's the thing. I think as a photographer and a creative as well, you have to be able to make a plan.
You have to,
You
you
find
have
yourself in a
to.
situation, maybe your bounce card just broke, and now you're unable to bounce
Exactly.
light. Go and find a rubber band, take a piece of cardboard or even the invitation, strap it
Make
to the
a
back of the
plan.
flash, put your rubber band, and let it bounce. You make a plan,
Yes,
especially
yes,
as a creative that's been paid to work, and to be able to get the work out, you have to make a
Correct.
plan.
Correct.
You have to be
Or get a
resourceful.
paper, a white
Photographer,
paper.
piece of
Ask the
paper, and
people of the venue to give you a piece of paper, blank paper. Create.
put it there and shoot.
Yeah.
Exactly. I've got a question over here by Carl. I'm just gonna throw it up. He wants to know what other genres of photography you are involved in.
Okay. So like I'm a wedding and portrait photographer. So I do functions like your or 21st. I do your matric dances and corporate shoots and those things. So I
So what
specialize mainly in weddings.
I
It's my
think
forte.
while you're saying what you shoot, I'm just gonna throw this up there. I like to show exactly what you're able to create. This is stunning. Yes, yes. What was your aperture here?
F2
Shoo. And what lens did you use?
135.
Hey, you love the 135, eh?
Yeah. Oh no, that lens was my baby showing. Yo. Yeah, that lens was my baby. So I sold it to get the 135 Sigma art.
But you're enjoying it. The main thing, you're
I'm
enjoying it.
loving it. I'm in loving it. The compression you get with those lenses is just,
Especially the long focus, the long telephoto
oh,
lens. Yeah.
I'm telling you, if I can get a 200
F2 of
for that
F1.8.
size, for that size, yo,
Yeah.
the compression is
No.
something else. Yeah,
We've got
no.
Gabriel. We've got Gabriel crying in the comments about how the color contrast. It's amazing.
Yeah,
So the
so I
guys are
shot this with two. I shot this with two 8200s as well. Uh, and my light shaper was a PH. Yeah, a P90. Yeah,
P90, yeah,
P90.
P90.
P90. I had to carry that thing just so the whole time. Because you know it can't fold. So you have to now keep it just like.
It's not like the QR P90, eh? Yo,
It's not a QR.
no, I know exactly what you mean. But I noticed, and this is something that I've seen for a while. You really like to shoot with the 8200s, the two 8200s. I know you've got one 8200 Pro and you've got one 8200, if I'm correct.
Yes,
And you like to put them on what we call the ADB2 bracket.
P2.
Um,
That's correct.
put it on the ADB2 bracket. It's a balance mount bracket that you're able to take two 8200s. You're able to pack it on there. It fits on there. You take the two bulbs from both those units and you put it on the ADB2, and you are able to take any of your balance mount modifiers, and you're able to put it on that, and you're able to shoot two 8200s, which is packed together. Now you're putting together 400 watts of power, and you're able to pack
Yes.
it together and shoot. And I know you loved to shoot with that, obviously, up until you got your 8600 BM. You still love to shoot with
That's
it, but you choose to shoot with the 8600 more.
yeah, because it's convenient, it's mobile, it's flexible. Uh, I can unpack it quick, easy, run and gun.
But as far as the setup of that ADB2 with the two 8200s, how would you say it is? Do you find it quite easy to put together now?
Say that again, Sherwin.
I'm saying with your ADB2 and the two 8200s, is it easy to put together?
Yeah, yeah, no, it's easy. It's quick and it's fast. It's quick, easy, not a problem.
Hmm.
It's load shedding now. Yeah.
Load shedding just kicked in, which is actually it's coming to the end of our live stream. For the
Yeah.
viewers that are there that would like to ask questions, you can still drop us a question in the comments. We will
Yeah.
get a chance to answer it afterwards. But thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for spending time with us. And obviously, as we delve into your career and your photography style, as we've gone through it now, the images are stunning. Just as a quick, just to show the people again the kind of images that we were looking at. Look at this. This was also shot in Durban, by the way. That's my brand ambassador there. Um, this the your work is absolutely amazing, and we are really grateful as the team of Godox SA and myself. We're grateful for obviously having you over, spending time with us, and letting us know what goes behind it. Just
Thank
for
you
the
so
viewers
much.
that are out there, where can they find you? What's your social handles, if you don't mind just telling them quickly?
Yeah, no, you can find me on Dinepe Photography. That's my page. Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. It's Dinepe slash. It's I don't know. Is it the underscore photography? Yeah, and yeah, you can find me there. And I'm very responsive. I answer you.
That I know for a fact. That I definitely know for a fact. But thank you, Kenlin, for joining us, spending some time with us, letting us know obviously your likes and your experience. 15 years in photography is a long time. You're actually one of the veterans in the industry, and for all of the people that you assist and you go out of your way with obviously answering questions and guiding them on their behalf, I would like to say thank you. Thank you. And
Thank
thank
you
you for
so much.
joining us. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm going to say goodbye to you.
Thank you so much, Sherwin. Thank you. Thank you so much for your viewers. Thank you so much.
Cheers. Cheers, Kendall. Okay, guys. So that's the end of our third episode of Fstop Live. Okay, so it is definitely a show. It's not something that is too formal. It's just basically I want photographers that obviously would come on and share particular stories from their photography career on specific things that they may have endured and maybe certain things that have allowed them to obviously become who they are today in the industry. When you see their pictures on Facebook, you may think maybe that you're disconnected from them because their work is so grand and so amazing. But what you need to understand is that there's people behind there. So even to the people that are actually learning and those that are coming up right now and they don't understand a strobe from a monolight and a monolight from a flash, at the end of the day, those were once people that also learned. The way you are learning and the way you are actually coming up, they did the same. So that's what this show is dedicated to. It's dedicated to people who I feel that the industry needs to see, that needs to obviously come out of their shell and show the people, hey, this is who I am and this is what I do. But definitely look forward to joining us, or look forward to you joining us on our next F-Stop Live. I'm going to have an awesome creative by the name of Joel Mundy. He's based in Durban. He's an awesome fashion photographer. I'm going to have him next week on Friday at 7 p.m. And he's going to obviously delve into his fashion style of photography and how he uses Godox SA products. I'm actually, if you can see, my background is looking a little different right now. It's because I'm actually sprucing it up a little. I've got a very small room that I'm working with here, of which you're going to have to understand. But I am making it better. It's going to be looking much better. I've got some equipment coming through, so the show is going to be amazing by the time we finish with it. So shout out to all the people that are going on behind the scenes that are making this happen. All of the viewers that have obviously joined us. I see we've got a little bit over our normal time, but thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for the comments. If you do have any other comments, please drop your comments in the drop your questions in the comments if you have any questions, and I will answer them shortly after. And as I said, so next week, same time, same place, 7 p.m. on a Friday, you will catch myself and Joel having our interview. So join us for F-Stop Live. And if you are going to be purchasing anything from Godox SA, do check out and use my discount code. It's Godox Sherwin, and you get an awesome discount. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for joining. Peace out.